Hi everyone, Attorney Christina Khrushchev here. As I'm sure everyone knows, right now in Minnesota there's been a major federal immigration enforcement operation known as Operation Metro Surge that resulted in the tragic death of a local woman shot by an ICE agent and caused widespread protests and fear in immigrant communities nationwide. That incident has caused deep fear and paralysis in immigrant communities across the country and among U.S. citizens as well. People are worried about when and where federal immigration enforcement may show up. This fear makes it more important than ever for people to understand how immigration law works and how state policies interact with federal enforcement. So, as most of you know, immigration law in the United States is federal, and as immigration attorneys, we can represent clients nationwide. But here in Nevada, where our practice is located, it's important to explain recent developments that affected local families. There's always been confusion about whether Nevada is a sanctuary state. In fact, Nevada has never formally adopted that label. And in 2025, it was briefly labeled a sanctuary jurisdiction by the federal government, a designation that the state disputed and later was removed from that list after reaffirming cooperation with the federal authorities. Here's where some of the tension comes from. Even though immigration enforcement is federal, states can regulate access to certain sensitive locations, including schools. Nevada recently passed a law that limits when federal immigration officers, including ICE, may enter K through 12 school campuses. Under this law, officers generally must have a judicial warrant or court order before entering school grounds. Let me make this clear though. This law does not change federal immigration statutes, and it does not create legal immigration status. What it does do is set boundaries on enforcement activity in schools with the goal of reducing fear and disruption for students and families. And why this matters? Well, understanding how state cooperation with federal enforcement works and where limits exist empowers families to make informed decisions and protects access to education and community stability. If you live in the state of Nevada, save this and share it with other parents. And if you have questions about how these laws interact with your specific immigration situation, or if you live in another state where other rules apply, speak with a qualified immigration attorney. Protect yourself.